Welcome to the Golden State Media Concepts Sex Podcast, a show that examines all aspects of sexuality, from physical to emotional to spiritual. Join our hosts as they discuss age-old questions, common misconceptions, and the latest topics surrounding sex. They'll tackle topics about sexuality from the complicated to the hilarious and everything in between. GSMC Sex Podcast is your show for all of your questions about sex, even some you might not have thought of yet.
Thank you for tuning into the GSMC podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I am your host, Andra, where the topic about sex is from the point of view of an older woman. Now, with sex being such the big thing out there now, and so widely done in different ways and different shapes and forms, everyone is trying to improve on their sex, how it's being done, where it's being done, what new places can we go in and have sex and, just have some serious fun. But at the same time, our male counterparts are looking to see how they can sustain their erection and or how to be bigger, hotter, longer. Also, the female wants to know how they can be really lubed up, wet, and satisfying, and have that booming libido. But we sometimes need to go to the doctor, but for the most part, there are supplements out there. There are herbs out there. There are foods out there that help with those things. So today's topics are foods and herbs that are going to boost your erection for the man and the libido, lubrication, sexual drive, you name it, for the woman. And then the last part of the show, we'll put the two together. So we can do it together and enjoy the sex while you're at it. So, let's get this show on the road. Now, we're going to start with the female. And, ladies, we want to be ready to, just be hanging from that chandelier and having the best sex possible, get that best orgasm, not only that G spot, not only that C spot, that little lovely clitoris, but you can improve the blood flow down there and your lubrication and everything else. Hey, men are not the only ones that can use some herbs or some medicine or whatever is out there. I mean, isn't that what it's all about? Getting yourself off and doing it to the best of your ability, with or without a partner. Always try these out by yourself first. Well, maybe not. Do some exploration and just go to your partner. That's what they're there for. So let's use them. I mean, our sex drive in general, and that goes for both sexes, is really temperamental. I mean, come on, us women approach sex and emotions and everything from a different point of view or a different part of the body or a different thought process than the man. That's why we always say they think with their third leg. And sometimes it's good. sometimes it's, well, we should have thought a little bit harder with that one. But things can change, and with both sexes, age is a factor. Sometimes we go in reverse, and the older we get, the hornier we get. So we do have certain foods out there. There are certain vitamins, prescription medications. Again, when mixing any supplement or any medicine, do consult your pharmacist to make sure you're not going to have any mishaps or any adverse interactions, because we want the most for our sex. And that's what we're going in there for. So, because a lot of your doctor will tell you right over-the-counter medications, there's vitamins, other herbal supplements can interfere with certain prescription medicines. So I don't want you to get the effect that you want, but they be in the middle of sex and you broken out in a complete heaven only knows polka dotted purple eater. Who's to say? Yes, that is an old saying for those of you who do know what that is and the song that goes along with it. But obviously the first one on our list is a Ginkgo Loba. It is very popular for a lot of reasons, but one of the best when it comes to sex is it acts as an aphrodisiac, a natural effect of an aphrodisiac. So one of the good things, we may be working on our minds when taking it, but if we're taking it, there's also the aphrodisiac that it enhances within our own bodies. We have that natural aphrodisiac there. It is enhanced by ginkgo. And they do come in different ways when purchasing them. There's tablets, capsules, liquid extracts, which generally are the strongest when you're going to use anything. They usually say get it in the extract because you're getting the more potency from it. But with that does come the adverse reactions a little bit faster and a little bit more stronger. So again, be sure, try it out. And don't go crazy. But ginkgo also, as everybody knows, is a dry leaf and comes as a tea as well. Next one, another most popular supplement is ginseng, which is almost in everything, and it is very good in the health benefits area. But when it comes to sex, it's actually was found in a recent study that it outperformed the placebo to help combat sexual dysfunction, and that's what we want to hear. And it, believe it or not, this was found in people who were using methadone. I don't want you to go out there and get a substance abuse disorder. I just want you to have good sex. So, I don't want you to go on any other med, but please. It did, they have a question of how well it would work on somebody who is not taking that. But, hey, try it out. Comes in a tea, that, fresh or raw ginseng. Again, the purer, the more intense effect you will have and receive. Tablets, capsules, liquid extract, again, powder. Maca. Now, we know that this has come to be pretty big now. It is, believe it or not, found to have an effect of some potential for treating antidepressant-induced sexual dysfunction in postmenopausal women. And now, yes, most women will say, I'm not postmenopausal. I don't get that way until I get older. Believe it or not, it does not discriminate. So you may get it earlier than that, especially if you have kids and your body is changing. It has, maca has been used historically to boost fertility and sexual desire. So we have a ding, 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 ding winner on our hands. But it is a lot of research out there, but I get, if you're going to try this, do it in moderations again. We don't want to find out the hard way, the reaction. Obviously it comes in capsules, liquid extracts, and powder, so don't even worry about it. Now there is the next one. This is a herbal supplement, and it is Tribulus Pterosaurus. It's a plant, actually, and it's very good, known for increasing a woman's libido. So, do get some of that. Heaven only knows where, but I'm assured you can. You can buy it online. So, this is usually effective for female sexual interest or arousal disorder. So, again, boost the women libido. And for those men out there who wants to do it without their woman knowing, if you're going to slip it into their tea or something like that, make sure they can't taste it. But then again, I wouldn't just do it, but I'm assured it has been done. This actually comes in capsules, liquid extract, and powder. So do go out there. You can get it online. I don't believe I've seen it in a store as of yet, but best place to find most things are online these days. So while you're on there, get some new sex toys, would ya? Because that's what you're on there for. You're boosting your woman's libido, or the woman's boosting her own libido, and you're trying to get the best hard-on out of all of this, so you're going to find ways to do that. While you're there, just pick out some good old toys to go along with that and some new things you can try. So, next one is Saffron, which is an effective aphrodisiac. Okay. This is good for lovely women, and especially for those women taking antidepressants. So there is a difference if you're taking antidepressants and then you start taking saffron. The sexual arousal will be increased. And this takes about a month to take effect, which is with most medications or anything that you put into your body. Like I said, some things have different effects on different people. Some may be faster than others, but for the most part, generally give it a week to a month, and then it'll probably really kick in. Always online available. Everything these days is online. And it is usually only in powder and capsule form. Now, come on, red wine. Who takes out their partner, brings them to a fancy restaurant, gets them to drink some wine to get them in the mood? Well, it is an aphrodisiac. However, it doesn't work with every woman, but however, it does improve sexual function in a woman. Something about that red wine, them grapes are pretty in season. And it might be the way they're smushing them. Who's to say? I don't know. Maybe the way they ferment them. I don't know. But red wine is that lovely aphrodisiac, and you know where to get that. So don't need to tell you that. You can get that anywhere, online, in a store, in a market these days, in a package store these days. So they're pretty easy to get. Just as usual, drink in moderation. Watch what you're going to do, because you want to be at least coherent during sex. I mean, come on, you want to enjoy it just as much as your partner does. A little bit too much goes a little too far. So, apples is another great female sex drive increaser. So them apples have lots of benefits. So do eat up your apples. So, it's a fruit. It's natural. It's enhancing whatever is in your body already. So if we're, working on that libido, we're working on that sexual drive, eat some apples. Fenugreek. This is a herb, and it's used both in cooking, which, most herbs are, and as a supplement, and it boosts a woman's libido. A lot of things out there, obviously seeds, more concentrated, capsules, liquid extracts again, and powder, and can be purchased in a herbal store or online. Lovely place. It is very, very important to make sure that you know what the interaction is with herbs. Granted, you might take the herb just thinking you're just increasing it a bit to make sex like wonderbar next time around. And then again, it might affect you where it puts you into overdrive. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. However, you could just set your whole body off. Our hormones in women are quite more temperamental than with men. So remember that. Now there are a lot of foods out there that have anecdotal evidence that works on boosting the libido. So what, ladies, do we crave the most once a month? Chocolate! It's the best. And it helps sexual drive. It is the number one aphrodisiac, of course, with oysters. However, chocolate is a female's weakness and will probably remain that way. So remember, men or partners in general, you want to get your woman in the mood, go get her some chocolate. Chocolate. And starting off the foods with chocolate, we are going to take a break here. And you can go get some snack, get that aphrodisiac to get you in the mood. Get that drink. Maybe some red wine, who's to say. Come back, get relaxed, and I will meet you back here for more sex talk with Andra.
Still on the search of that one true love? On the limbo in this crazy world of dating, marriage, relationships? Well, listen to the Golden State Media Concepts Relationship Podcast, your one-stop podcast for everything about relationships.
Thank you for tuning into the GSMC podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I am still your host, Andra, with a topic about the sex is from the point of view of an older woman. Now, I hope you're comfortable, and welcome back, my horny little devils. So we can finish some foods for the woman's libido and some supplements. Now, we left off on the best one out there, because every woman loves chocolate for the most part. There might be one or two that don't, but then again, they could be sneaking it. So just get a box of chocolates and a bottle of red wine and you are all set. But you don't drink that. Have some tea with your favorite sex-enhancing dry leaf. So remember, they are all out there. So we are going to go through these and then start out with the male's supplements and herbs that will just help him keep a good erection. As ladies, we like it long, hard, and up for a while. And we don't want to have to worry about it falling down because we want to ride our man. So let's continue on with our topic. Coffee is next on our list of foods. Although this is an aphrodisiac, but not everybody drinks coffee. However, the majority of America does. But it says, it can boost your mood. Obviously, all the caffeine in it, hello. And when you've moved on to espresso, you're really beaming off the walls. Your libido must be doing something. But I can't see that. But then again, I don't drink coffee. So I cannot have a say on that particular aphrodisiac. Kudos to you who do drink it. So use it well. And apparently drink a lot of it. Honey, which we love in our tea and or coffee, I'm assured. That is obviously a good source of antioxidant. But obviously it does double as a boosting libido agent. Well, honey is good for you guys. Obviously don't give it to a baby because it's not good for a baby. But if you want it in sex, either you're going to wear it, put it on your partner, and lick it off. Either way, honey's going down smooth. You can lick it off, eat it, put it in your tea. Either way, honey's going in, and it is a very good libido booster. So here's another one you can, eat right off of your partner as well. Strawberries. Strawberries, please. Do I have to say it? Chocolate covered strawberries. The best. Strawberries are the best. And a lot, there are a lot of people out there that will swear by those. But then again, on Valentine's Day, what is it you get your partner? Chocolate covered strawberries. Come on, some red wine in there. We're hitting all the bing bings and the aphrodisiac and the you're gonna get laid tonight category. So remember that. Obviously, raw oysters. Oysters on the half shell. Get as much as those in because those are pretty obviously instantaneous from some points of view. And they do come on a platter. So you eat them with your partner, or eat them all by yourself. And when your partner comes home, jump their bones. Capsaicin. This is in chili peppers. And obviously, chili peppers is like one of the best foods out there to just get you going. Not only does it cause you to heat up, it does improve your sex drive. And you can get that in many ways. Not only in the actual pepper itself, but I believe you can get that as a powder as well. So remember that. It is available to you. Now, here is a supplement that actually works in not only to boost your sexual drive, your libido in women, but it also is good to help your hair grow, which is saw palmetto. And this is actually a boost in libido for both males and females. So this one works on both of you. So you can use it. But it is supposedly a very good supplement that's out there. And I believe you can also get this in a powder, but I do know it comes in capsules and or tablets. You can get this in like CVS. You can get this in any herb store or natural in the herbal place that you go to. It does help. It's very good for your body. Like I said, it boosts your libido in both sexes, but it also helps your hair to grow. Guess you didn't know that, did ya? Chesterberry. Now, I have heard this, and it is also known as the Vitex agonus castus, or monk's pepper. Quite interesting. It is a pepper. It's very popular. It is a herbal supplement, and it is actually used for many of our reproductive health issues that we have as females. It's very, very popular. So try that right out there. It also boosts up your sex drive as usual, because these all do. Figs. Now, I'm not a big fan of figs, but I know a lot of people love them. Fig Newtons are out there, the cookie. I guess if that's an indirect way of getting figs, that is a way to do it as well, and a very good cookie at that. They have a lot of vitamins and minerals in them, and obviously for help with a lot of other things in the body. Boosting your sex drive and your libido is one of them. Bananas. Now, I know when you think of bananas, we're usually thinking about how you're learning how to give a blowjob with a banana. They usually use that in sex classes. Banana is the one of many that mimics the look of a penis. So you can eat your banana, think about how you're going to go down on your partner, and at the same time boost your libido. So it really aids. Obviously, bananas are a huge source of potassium, because if you go to your doctor and they say your potassium's low, eat more bananas. Well, you could get a big smile on your face when he says that. So eat more bananas, suck on more bananas, do what you like to get the banana in. It aids in testosterone synthesis. So if you have a low testosterone, it generally has a negative effect in your sex drive area. So eat some more. I mean, women have that testosterone, as does men. We just have a lower dosage. So men, obviously, if you want more, eat some bananas. You just imagine your partner going down on you and how they can do that. Or you can watch them eat the banana. And you can get off on that right there and then. That's up to you. You might want them to finish it out on you. And a very odd particular food would be potatoes. Sweet potatoes as well, which are also very, very high in the potassium area. Also starchy, obviously, if you want to get that. But they kind of mimic what bananas have to offer, which is really, really good. Now, there are some things that you need to avoid when taking that supplement to boost your sexual drive and libido, especially for the woman, which is not a good thing for yohimbine. Never heard of it before. That's probably why. So, these can be very harmful and probably do the reverse effect on your libido. We don't want to do that. Obviously, most people say that spinach is really good for your libido. However, it is not. It does actually have adverse effects on your urine. Mad honey, whatever that is. I didn't know there was happy honey or mad honey. But hey, It does have side effects of vomit, convulsions, headaches, palpitations, all the real bad stuff you don't want. Bufo toad, what the names some of these supplements have are amazing. It is potentially lethal. It's actually called the Lovestone Aphrodisiac, but it is lethal. You don't want to really use that, but if you are very, very little, so you don't want to do that. Obviously, do all the regular things that your body needs to get through the day and to function well all the time is obviously sleep. So get some, reduce your stress, make sure you exercise, which sex is the best exercise out there. So we have no problem with that. Please do it as often as possible. Acupuncture is really good. Mindfulness is good. Yoga, all of these things are really, really good. And make sure that you always see your doctor, ladies. Now we are going to start in with the male portion of supplements and foods that will help with erectile dysfunction and keep you hotter so that we can enjoy it. Now, men, you think you have this in the bag, that you have no problems whatsoever, because that's how you think. But, sometimes us women or our partners want more. So there are some good vitamins out there that for your erection and to give you the best sex life. Now, just to let you know that although yohimbine, which is an African supplement, comes from Africa, is no good for the ladies, it actually is good for the men, in which it acts as like a natural Viagra. So be very careful when using it. It is an herb, a little bit more. If you don't a month, you might want to, not that you're getting like sex for the next few hours or days or whatever. It's going to be a little difficult to function in society with a friction, turn it up in the bed. But nowadays, it used to be all men, and us ladies went by whatever they wanted in the bedroom. Nowadays, us women are taking back the reins, but we still allow you men to believe that you are in total control in the bedroom. So there are a lot of people out there who do have erectile dysfunction, or they don't, but just want a way to keep their erection longer and maintain a hotter erection. So that is out there. Let's avoid the Viagra before you need to go and use that, because that can have a detrimental effect in some. But some of the best vitamins out there for that is vitamin C. It does increase sexual performance and erectile, which is very good with. So imagine if you don't. This really, we're looking for that increased blood flow down there. And that's what keeps you guys up and at attention for us. Because if you want that blowjob, and if we're going to help you, or your partner is going to help you, it's kind of difficult if we're getting no response. So remember that. It does help with the circulation and the ability for you to get hard. Vitamin B3 is out there. Another blood flow increase, which helps to maintain an erection and helps with a dysfunction. Folic acid not only Very good for the woman when they're pregnant, but very good for the man, so that you maintain and makes your Peter, your little friend, your mini-me, your penis, whatever it is you want to call it. And I know a lot of you have nicknames for it, but that helps very well for you as well. Zinc, another big one up there for you guys. It helps, with your physical and psychological health, and keeps you erect, keeps your partner very happy. I'm just going to tell you that. We want the hard penis, believe us. You want the wet vagina, we want the hot penis. So remember that. We are going to take a break here, and when I return, we will continue with herbs and the supplements for a healthy penis and erection, and to maintain it and to keep it longer. So replenish that drink, replenish that snack, come back, and I will meet you back here to continue our sex talk with Andra.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Thank you for tuning into the GSMC podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I am your host, Andra, where the topic about sex is from the point of view of an older woman. Now, welcome back. And our continuing topic of herbs and supplements that could help the male maintain good blood flow and a damn good heart-on. Also helps with erectile dysfunction. Whether you don't want to hear it or not, it does happen. Now, poor blood flow is usually, where we have cold feet, cold hands. There's poor circulation there. Your member has that issue as well. If we get it cold, men, it will shrink up. However, that doesn't mean that you have erectile dysfunction and you can't get it up. But there are those vitamins that help you maintain it and helps with that blood flow, because you're an outie and we're an innie. Obviously, vitamin E is amazing for a lot of things. It says it helps with your hair growth. It helps with your eyes. Why not your penis and the hardness of such? And it can be just, mixed with other oils like wheat germ, sunflower oil, all of those good things, hazelnut oil. At least you'll smell really, really good. and let him just absorb it in and suck it in. Obviously, the B vitamin family is very good for you, and what falls under that? Spinach and kale. Aye, Popeye the Sailor Man. I am who I am. That little one-eyed bandit. Iron, another awesome supplement to help with your cardiovascular blood flow. Obviously, it is associated with red meat, which is good at sometimes and not. There are a lot of vegetarians out there now, or vegan, and that food is absolutely amazing as well, and I'm sure there are ways to incorporate iron in there. Now, to continue to improve our blood circulation, or at least yours, but this we're focusing in on the penis today in this segment. So here are lovely things. Now, remember, nowadays, the whole, people are more focused on their physical well-being and health and exercise and keeping in shape. But let's put that into sex terms. Sex is the number one exercise out there. You burn a hell of a lot more calories with sex. So please do it a lot. And the health, when you're, just focusing on the body, you have a tendency to forget about your third leg, the penis. We want to make him happy too, You want to make your partner happy. Well, we want him happy. So here are some lovely supplements that are also falling under the vitamin section to increase the blood flow down there and throughout your body. But the main focus is down there. Bacopa. Never even heard of it before. But the actual name is Bacopa monnieri. So look that one up. Black pepper in the common spice aisle and in your spice closet and on the spice rack. We cook with it, people. So use it up. Butcher's broom. Wonder if that's like anything like witch's brew. But butcher's broom is another one, which is out there. Cayenne pepper. Pepper is always really good for opening up those pores and opening up that blood circulation. So anything with cayenne in it, you've got a winner. Because it's really good. Chickweed, ginger, gotu kola, hawthorn, maidenhair, thyme, which is also in the spice rack in your family home, because we cook a lot with that, and Indian food cooks a lot with the next, which is turmeric. Very, very big on the list. Obviously, the natural way of doing it is what you're doing is exercise, managing your stress, massage both your whole body, and through masturbation, always a good thing. If you don't want to do the masturbation, let your partner do it. But there is, when you are masturbating or you are giving that sensual massage, use some rosemary, some sage, or juniper, which helps a lot. Those are naturals to get into your body. Drink a lot of fluid. Water. Water everywhere. Very well hydrated body gives very good circulation. Obviously, stopping smoking, but I can't really tell you to do that. But that is a good one, and actually a lot of people are stopping or not even picking it up nowadays. But that was what it was like back in the day. You got caught smoking in the boys' room. And that is a famous song. So let's now overall those vitamins really increase the blood flow throughout your whole entire body, including your penis. But if you want to be more direct with the blood flow to your penis and to make it to stand up at attention for longer, you might want to look into some vitamin D or increasing your intake in vitamin D if you are already taking it. This keeps the cells that line the blood vessels healthy. So we really want that to be healthy. L-arginine, that is an amino acid, and it expands the blood vessels and amplifies the blood flow. Yummy! Ginseng, as with the ladies, it works very well with the men. There are two kinds. There's American ginseng and Asian ginseng. Obviously, you really want some potency. You might want to go with the Asian, I'm assured. It really boosts the energy, the blood flow, helps with that sexual dysfunction with the male, and it actually promotes relaxation, so that will be much better in order to maintain that erection and that lovely sex. As I said in the beginning of the segment, second segment, is the yohimbe. This is a bark of a tree which is native to Western Africa. So I really believe that the only way you're going to get that is if you go online. It is used by natural healers to treat erectile dysfunction. And it's a concentrate, and it's the standardized version is actually what is called the yohimbe. So if you really want the big dog, that Agra here. So if you want to go all natural, do look into that. Go online, see where you can purchase it, because that is very good. Although very detrimental and possibly legal to females, it is good for males and maintaining good erection and the like. Horny goat weed is in there as well. This is a traditional remedy which comes from China, and this is for treating erectile dysfunction. Obviously, the word in it alone is horny goat, the weed. Horny goat. It is in the title, so we all know what that does. And it is believed by a lot of people that this advocates as a natural medicine, and it is a compound that blocks the effects of an enzyme that restricts the blood flow to your penis, and we don't want to have any blockage there. So there are a lot of ways to improve and boost your circulation, both on the female and male side, boosting that libido, maintaining a hard-on or an erection, maintaining a very lubed vagina, and boosting that sex drive. But as usual, if you are going to do these, please try them in moderation, especially if this is the first time you're trying them, because you do not know what the effect is going to be on you. Also, if you are taking medications, do consult with your doctor, because then if they can tell you what is going to, interact, and we don't want that, because you might get the opposite effect happen. And we don't want that to happen either. Does it treat erectile dysfunction? Well, generally, this problem is caused by physical conditions like diabetes, sleep disorder, heart disease. Obviously, those taking blood pressure pills, when you take them, most males have difficulty getting a hard-on, so they will stop taking them, which hindering their health in general. And we don't want to do that, because if you hinder your health, what the hell's good is the hard-on if you can't use it? Because if you're going to have a heart attack in the middle of sex, the only one benefiting from that is your beneficiary on your insurance claim. So we don't want that. Obviously there's a lot of, what are they called? Research out there and studies out there. Like I said, it really always depends on you individually. Make sure that you are healthy. As long as you're maintaining you healthy, you should have a healthy and happy penis, as well as the females having a happy and loving vagina for that penis to go into. So remember that. We don't ever want to put anything in our body that is going to be detrimental. There's a lot of fruits out there. Citrus fruits, berries, melons, pineapples, papaya. You just go right down the thing, the tomatoes, the spinach, the broccoli. That's very, very good that you can get these vitamins from, but sometimes our body does not absorb them that well. So you need a little bit of a vitamin cocktail in there to help you out. But if this is not helping you or is not increasing your blood flow, then obviously there is something else going on. Do consult your doctor so he can make you a cocktail, or she. We do want to maintain healthy, always healthy, because when we're healthy, our genitals are healthy. They are part of our body. Remember that. Always, always do. And if you're going to try something together, sit down, talk with each other. Just don't give each other something because you don't know what the effects will be on each other. You might just do the total opposite effect and not get sex at all. And I don't think that's what you were going out for in the beginning. So, there goes some lovely herbs and supplements and foods that help with the libido, the lubrication, a healthy vagina, a healthy penis, increasing that blood flow to the penis and helping with that erectile dysfunction. Not saying you have it, but just in case. Now, we are going to take the last break of the show, and when I come back, as promised, I will give some insight on ways to boost libidos on both sides, where sex is going to be so much more fun, or how to just basically have some fruits or whatever that's out there that's going to boost your sex life. Everything. Hey, if we're keeping it, we are maintaining good vaginas and good penises, why not reward them with good sex? So, it is up to you if you want more drink or more snack. Hey, you might have sucked down and got some red wine in there earlier on. Had some chocolate covered strawberries or some chocolate. Could be sitting there with your partner, all ready to go with those natural aphrodisiacs. But get relaxed or finish up. And I will meet you back here for the final portion of our show today. So, Andra will be back with more sex talk.
Are you tired of the same old news? Are you sick of the seemingly endless political spin and negativity? The GSMC America's Still Beautiful podcast is a weekly news podcast covering all the top positive and uplifting news stories. We cover stories that will inspire, uplift, and remind you of the good in the world. Tune into the Golden State Media Concepts America's Still Beautiful podcast to get all the great and positive news stories of today. Download the GSMC America's Still Beautiful podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, or anywhere you find podcasts. Just type GSMC in the search bar.
Thank you for tuning into the GSMC podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I am your host, Andra, where the topic about sex is from the point of view of an older woman. Now, welcome back again, my horny little devils, to the final portion of our show. Now, our last segments have talked about herbs and supplements and some foods in there that help the woman's libido, helps their lubrication, makes for an awesome vagina during sex. And we also talked about, because we moved on to the male counterpart and increasing that blood flow to our penis, because he needs to come and stand at his attention as well in order to say hello to the vagina. Now let's put them together and make some sex. Some good sex, because there are some vitamins, some foods out there that are great for increasing our sex drive and everything else that goes in there. So if you're thinking about pulling a 9.5 weeks with the refrigerator, here are some foods to make sure are in there. Black raspberries. This is great food to eat just before hitting the sheets, because you got to load up with them. It's a great libido boost, and it increases, sexual stamina. And that's what the whole idea about is, can you last during sex? We don't want you to go on the records of only lasting a mere second. Granted, that first orgasm for the man, ejaculation, is pretty quick. It takes us women much longer. So if we want to work on it and make it really, really good, this is what to eat just beforehand. Make sure that you like to get some ginseng in there, because that would go great along with it, whether it's iced tea or hot tea. Ginseng tea or ginseng in general as a supplement. Obviously, faster to get down the pipes and in the system is through ginseng tea, but I'm assured you would have already started taking some ginseng as a supplement to work on that hard on. Again, saffron, although very good for the female, also works well for sex overall. It enhances the sexual performance and satisfaction. It is a very expensive spice, so I don't think you're going to pay cheaply for these. And usually can find them in Indian stores. Also, again, online and things like that. But it is slightly expensive, so if you're going to Pay for it, you're getting the good stuff. Obviously strawberries, add some chocolate in on those. And hun, you have one hell of an aphrodisiac because they are rich in vitamin C, which rises the sperm count in men. And we want to get our little critters moving along there and increasing, especially if we're making the babies. It's very, very good. It's great for circulation, which is important for the lovely sexual sensation of both parties. We don't want to forget all about that. So remember, that is very, very good. Pine nuts, found in pesto and other Italian foods and foods, but very difficult to come by sometimes. But they are very rich in the amino acid L-arginine, and it's very good for lubrication of the vagina and sensation of vagina, which is where our lovely satisfaction is going to come in overall. We move on to our chili peppers, which are in the mix. Very good for women. Also very good to spice up that sex life overall. They get your face flushes a lot. I mean, come on. It is a pepper. Peppers are hot, but it does get your heart pumping, your pores sweating, and your blood flowing straight to your genitals. And that's what our aim is here today. So when we get them going, getting all that blood flowing and sensation straight to our genitals, sex is going to be big. And it is very good for boosting your metabolism as well. Lots of energy. Avocados. Now, these are an acquired taste, but a lot of people do love them. They are very, very good for heart health, and that is what pumps our blood and getting the men's blood to flow into their penis. Helps a lot with erectile function. It's also good for the blood flow for women's sexual pleasure. Remember that. Obviously, if you don't eat avocados, you can get it in some other form, or oil or whatever. Slop it on there. Right on where we're going for. Almonds. Everybody loves almonds, and they generally come in chocolate. Ooh, but eating them by themselves and raw is a good source of zinc, which is a great boost for the men's hormones, libido, and selenium, which is very good for the thyroid, which happens to be the one organ in your body that seems to control almost everything. So we want very, very big. Okay, that. Now remember, when having almonds, if you have a hyper-functioning thyroid, ladies, your libido will get killed from eating a lot of almonds. So remember that. So really work in on that vitamin A. Obviously, in comes our starchy food of sweet potatoes or potatoes in general, which is really good for the women. I didn't say too much for the men, but they were very good for the women and the health of the woman's vagina. But it actually is having a double effect on the benefits of sexual health for men. Obviously, the beta-carotene and the potassium, which is in sweet potatoes, is what you are going for because it helps to maintain that hard-on and avert some erectile dysfunction, but For women, it aids in fertility issues. Again, if we're making babies, that is very good to have. Sesame seeds, although they do get stuck in your teeth, they are very good. And this is really good, especially if you are trying to conceive and we're making babies through lots of sex. Sesame seeds help with conceiving. They have zinc in them, so it aids in the testosterone and the sperm production in men. So we want that, although very well for us ladies, very well for the men, which makes sex even that much better. Summer favorite, watermelon. Come on. Can't get too much watermelon in the summertime. It has lycopene, citrulline, and beta-carotene, which is very, very good for helping relax those blood vessels, which gives full genital sensation. So, very, very good for the vagina, very, very good for the penis, and that lovely sensation that we really, really aim for, and is probably our only aim when having sex for the most part. So, figs are again there. Figs are an acquired taste. A lot of people like them. However, obviously with sugar in the cookie, there are fig Newtons. If you like those, then I need them. But they have magnesium and an amino acid in them. And it is actually linked to the production of a sex hormone and to increase and improve the circulation of the blood flow to the genitals. Obviously, oysters are on the list, and you usually start with those first. Add in some chocolate and everything else, and boy, you have one hell of a night coming, do you? They have zinc. Zinc is that amazing herb or supplement in there. It works on creating hormones and getting that clitoris a lot of sensation. Major libido through both. It boosts very much so. Obviously, there is our penis imitator of the banana. And just looking at someone eat that or usually gets a man hard. So you don't want to bite down too hard because they may just feel that. Haha. Obviously, they just scream sex at you. That's all it is. They're used to show you how to get the proper blowjob. And these are sex classes that are out there. They evoke the sexual desire. Now, they contain bufotenine, probably saying that wrong, which is, it's a chemical that, works in the brain to increase happiness, self-confidence, and sex drive. So not only are bananas good for getting your partner hard, just by showing them what you're going to do with them if you go down on them, they are very good in helping with that sex. So keep it up. Carrots are always good. Not only are they good for your eyes and making you better see, but they are very fibrous. They supercharge the body. You feel a strong sexual desire. Let it loose. Continuing down our list to olives. Yes, we have olives in a dirty martini or in a Greek salad, but green ones are the best. They make men more virile, and ladies love that. But they are really good for women because it aids in the sexual prowess for both men and women. But we really like to see, our partners usually like to see that in our women. So it's a really good food to eat, because when we go out to the opposite side of the olive, to the black ones, that is a food that increases sex drive for women. Yippee! Really, really salty, but hey, they're good for your body. They do a body good. Obviously, there is apples that are in the mix. They are given or portrayed as the forbidden fruit. And as I stated early on in the show, very good for women. They are associated with that forbidden sex drive. Hey, Adam and Eve, Snow White, come on. It's the fruit of temptation. Major libido booster for both men and women. It seriously stimulates that sexual desire. Artichokes. Now, a lot of people love artichoke hearts. They love those, so eat them up, especially during the day before we're going to go have some hardcore sex. Has vitamin C, folic acid, magnesium, and phosphorus. And let's just go from there, because what more do you want? Celery, always a good one in the, food department. Celery, again, is always good for the body. Has a lot of water in it, so it's really good for that, but not for nothing. It has and I'm definitely going to say this wrong, androsterone. And this is really a really powerful male hormone that releases through the sweat glands. And when it does, it actually acts as an attraction to women. So imagine that. Cinnamon, good for almost everything. Why not sex? Because the smell, the taste is good for your tummy. It's good for, basically everything. It is a perk up for men. It really works with helping with impotence. And it is very sexually stimulating for the man. So, women, stick some in, start cooking with some cinnamon there. It's really good for you to eat up, especially, eating something with cinnamon in it before you go to bed, so it works into your body. Asparagus, an acquired taste, I know, but asparagus is really good as a sexual increase in libido. Obviously, it has potassium, phosphorus, calcium, vitamin E, all the good vitamins that you need. It also increases hormone production. Very, 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 very good. Now, do your body good. Eat all your fruits, your vegetables, but eat more than others. Get those herb supplements. But do remember to pay attention on how it does interact with your body, especially if you have not taken it before. But these things are right under our noses. They're in our kitchens. We look at them when we go to the market. Pick some up and boost that sex, boost that libido, boost that lubrication boost the stimulation in your vagina overall and boost that hard-on with our penis, men, because you're not, you got to perform. And both sexes want to have fun. So remember that. These things are in our everyday lives. We go to the market. Don't go buy them this time. Pick them up. Try them out. However, remember that if you are trying a herbal supplement or a vitamin in your, your neighborhood drugstore or something like that, and you are taking medications, make sure that it does not interact. So ask the pharmacist, because they are there to help you. And if it's something new, don't overload yourself with it, because you don't know how your body's going to react. So that is the end of my show. And as always, please practice safe sex, if not for yourself or your partner. Always educate yourself first, and also ask for consent. And very important, communicate with your partner. If you're masturbating all by yourself, just communicate with your member or your vagina. They're the only ones that they need to know. However, if you are trying something out yourself during masturbation, you do need to educate and ask. That is the end of my show. Thank you for tuning in to the GSMC podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I would like to ask that you please remember to subscribe to the show and write a nice review. That really helps us here at GSMC Network. Also, it helps me. Also, if you can please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We are there, and you can see our other shows as well. Thank you, and have a good night.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Sex Podcast, part of the GSMC Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcasts on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, or anywhere you find podcasts. Just type in GSMC to find all of our shows from the GSMC Podcast Network. From sex and relationships to health and wellness, life and happiness, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's episode of the Golden State Media Concepts Sex Podcast.